by just starting off with the spending report for October 2023. And I'm going to be eating some licorice, black licorice by the brand Daryl Leah. So this is for October 2023. I just said that, sorry. The money is in Canadian dollars as I'm Canadian. Okay, so coffee was $0. Spend no money on coffee unless it was, that's like take-out coffee, to-go coffee. I might have purchased some coffee and a canister of coffee grounds from the grocery store though. Okay, so gas and snacks, $60.23. So that's like one fill up of gas in the SUV. One fill up of gas in the SUV there. So not too bad for gas. Electricity was quite low, $22.93. So I didn't really have to run the heat that much because October's not that cold of a month in Canada. January is much worse than October. So that's not too bad. Groceries and snacks, $163.93. So not terrible either. Dining out, yeah, like I eat at my parents' place quite a lot, so it takes my grocery bill down a lot. My parents do like having me over. I don't. Yeah, so dining out, $234.85, so quite a bit there. That's not on the folio, so it's not on my account at work. I'll talk about the folio in a second here. E-gift card. I spent $30 on buying a e-gift card for the resort that I work at. That was for a friend and a coworker who also works front desk at the resort that I work at. So she can use the e-gift card anywhere at the resort. She can use it at the spa. She can use it at the spa, at the restaurant. She can use that to book a room in the hotel. Okay, so I lent a huge amount of money to our friends, $798. Yeah, so that's quite a bit of money actually. But I think I'll be getting all that money back, probably, and then some, because I'm charging some people some interest now. But folio, so at work you can set up a folio so it's on the computer, and you just say, like, after you have a meal at work at the restaurant, you say charge it to my folio. Instead of paying with a credit card or debit card, they charge it to your account at work. Then they take it off of your paycheck. So I think I might have actually put some cash on my folio at work, because I like to run a credit at work. So I don't think I included that cash payment. I don't know if I did that. I probably did that in October, but late October. I like to run a credit so that it won't come out of your paycheck. If you add money, put cash onto your folio, then it'll just come out of your credit on your folio, which I like better than seeing that money taken off my paycheck. It's brutal. Phone was $23.31, so same as usual. I have a pretty good phone plan. I don't have too much data, but I don't need a lot of data. And yeah, so it's super chat. Sometimes I pay money to a guy who does vlogs and travel vlogs and stuff like that on YouTube, and I didn't this month. So water and sewer I have to pay about once every 3 months. So it's the usual $75, and it's usually about $75, so that's normal. $75.16. Bank fees, I got hit with a lot of high bank fee for my checking account this month because I keep on transferring money to friends because they're borrowing money from me. So I think if you go over a certain amount of e-transfers, or I shouldn't say e-transfers, a certain amount of debits, which is an e-transfer counts as a debit, then if you send it to someone else, then you will be charged a fee. So it's like basically if I didn't do any e-transfers, the fee on my bank account would be like $6 or $7 or something. So yeah, a lot of e-transfers, e-transfer charges, and I think if you go over a certain amount of e-transfers, you get charged $1 per e-transfer. So I got charged $8 there. Internet was $99.63, actually. That was for my old internet, and I got that disconnected on October 14th because I recently got new internet, but they charged me for the entire month, and so I'm going to see if I can get a refund for that. Now the rent I pay now is $850. I paid it I like to pay it basically in advance, so I don't forget about it. I don't like to leave it to the first of the month. So I paid for the month of November for $850. Okay, so then I paid for my new internet, which was $161.17, and the total. And so that's kind of expensive, but the internet's really good. So the total money I spent is $2,647.25. Okay, now moving on to the money I made. So first paycheck I made $1,230.15, which is decent for me. Second paycheck, $1,355.14, a little higher than usual, so that's good. I think that's because I worked some overtime. Now on Patreon, you can, if you don't know what Patreon is, you can subscribe to a person, usually to a person who creates content, and you'll pay him every month, and it's to support his work or her work or whatever product you like. And that's $2.47 because I only have one Patreon, and the way that you get paid is through PayPal are one of the ways that you can get paid. So now for Google AdSense, I had a good month. This is the money I make from advertisements on my YouTube channel. I made $286.96, and it says here, okay, let me just fix that. So I have one member on YouTube as well, and he's supporting me, and it's kind of like Patreon. He's just subscribed to me and makes donations every month automatically, and the money I lent out, I got paid back $501.50. So now I'm still owed money, and I'll get paid in November for the money I lent out this month. But so it's nice to see that I got paid a decent amount back already. Now this month was a good month for interest. I made $20.68 on my high interest savings account. That's in regular interest. Now here's where I don't understand why I got paid the interest that I did, because I thought how it worked is, for this high interest savings account that I have, if you keep your money in that account and don't touch it, at least don't make any withdrawals from that account, for like a certain period of time, then you will gain bonus interest. Now, I thought I had actually made withdrawals from that account within the time period that you're supposed to not touch your money in, and but so I thought I wasn't going to get any bonus interest, but I made $10.80 for the campaign bonus interest, and then the momentum premium interest of $32.36. So that's pretty. I was pretty pleased about that. So now GST refund, government sales tax refund, $109.40. I think pretty much everybody gets that. So that was a nice boost. $145.20 for climate incentive. So that's not bad either. Like that, really. I don't know too much about the climate incentive. I just kind of get some money. I do try not to drive my vehicle too much and, pollute the world, but nobody gave me any gas money this month. I didn't really drive people around, so the total money I earned is $3,694.66, so that's pretty good. And if you take the profit I made, it was $1,047.41, so not too much profit. I probably need to stop eating out so much and stuff like that. But yeah. Okay, so I did do some transfers. I transferred $800 from my checking account to my credit card. So a decent amount. I like to run a credit on my credit card, just like how I like to run a credit on my folio at work. So it doesn't come right out of my power checking account, and it's I guess it's also because I don't like to get into credit card trouble where I'm not able to pay my credit card bill off and stuff like that, and I don't like to see the money coming out of my checking account, so I put a credit on my credit card. I transferred $2,000 from my checking account to my high interest savings account, and so that was a decent amount of money into savings, so I'm pretty happy about that. I really need to start dieting and stop eating so much licorice. I should really make a video about that soon, showing like the before video and stuff like that, where it's like, showing me before I started my weight loss journey. Because I'm quite heavy, right? And I'm just like, it's pretty bad. So, I heard that Blackpink, I follow K-pop a bit, and Blackpink is a K-pop group that I follow and listen to. K-pop is like Korean pop, by the way, and I follow this group called Blackpink. I guess I just said that, but this one of the members is named Lisa, and this group is part of YG Entertainment. Like, that's their management company or promotion company, I would say. And so the deal with that is Lisa's contract is about to expire, actually, and she's got offered, I think, $40 million for, I think, a year-long contract to stay in YG Entertainment, and I think she's turning that down. I don't know for sure though, but that's amazing. Like, if I was offered a $2 raise at work, $2 more per hour, you could say, like, okay, we're gonna give you the raise, but the only thing is we're gonna shove a cereal box up your ass sideways, and but we'll give you the $2 raise. I would be at work bright and early the next day at 5:45 a.m. like I usually am for my morning shifts, and so I couldn't turn down money like that. YouTube has this feature now where you can upload podcasts. I'm thinking about paying somebody, maybe on Fiverr or something. That's where you can get lots of paid freelancers to do work for you. Maybe I'll pay a freelancer to turn my videos into audio-only podcasts and upload them to YouTube. And maybe I can make some more money that way or something like that, and that'd be cool. Maybe people would enjoy my podcast. Yeah, let me just say. So, I'll be keeping my videos though, don't worry about that. And my internet is wicked fast. I just got new internet, in case you didn't hear from my previous videos or from my spending update where I was talking about that. I think it's supposed to be 1 gig the speed. I got it tested by the guy who was installing the internet, and it came up as less than 1 gig. But and I don't know if that's upload speed, download speed, or just internet browsing speed. But I wasn't. But I tried the internet, and I can upload like a half an hour long video in like 10 minutes. It's crazy. I'm really enjoying it. And the only thing, YouTube still does these things called processing and checks after you upload your video, and that takes a while. And I don't think that's a problem because of my internet, but still, it's a big plus knowing that I can bang out a video and I can get it up in the next hour on YouTube, and people could be commenting on it, enjoying it, liking it, and it's really cool that I don't have to worry about leaving my computer on for the entire night while uploading the video, and it's not even done in the morning, so I don't have to do that anymore. Okay, so I was worried that because I got this text message from my phone, cell phone provider, and it said your credit card is about to expire for your cell phone plan, and so you have to renew it or do an updated credit card. And I did nothing about it. I mean, I tried. I called the credit card company, and I mean, not the credit card company, sorry, the phone plan company, but I couldn't get through to a human being, unfortunately. Sorry about complaining, but it's like, I think it's because this is kind of like a discount phone plan, and so I don't think they have a lot of paid employees working for them. But I was worried that I wouldn't have and sorry, I apologize for all that noise upstairs. I guess I don't remember it being so loud. Wow, but it's okay. People are just going about their day. I'm in an apartment building right now, so but I keep my phone plan keeps working, and I'm getting charged for the phone plan every month, so maybe it's okay. I stopped receiving the text messages on my phone that were like from my automated messages from my phone plan, but and it said like thank you for paying your bill, cell phone bill, but maybe it's okay. So I mailed in my modem from the old internet. I had to go ahead and mail them what the modem I was using, because if you don't, they would charge you for it. And so I'm hoping that they receive my modem and there's no problem there. I called the guy from that internet service provider, and he said it's okay. So, okay, now I would need to get a refund from the internet, my old internet, because I had the internet disconnected on the 14th of last month, October 2023. And I heard that you can get a refund from it because they charged me for the whole month. So I'll have to go ahead and see about that. I got it messed up. So my landlord asked me if I want to be the designated snow shoveler, and she would pay me for it. And I said yes, but then after I said yes, I thought, wait a second, aren't I going over to my parents' place all the time and staying overnight there? And do I really want to wake up in the morning at my parents' place and have to drive to my apartment building to shovel the snow? And I think not. So even after saying I would do it, I said I wouldn't do it. So I kind of felt bad about that, but not sticking to my word. So I kind of messed that up. I should have said no from the beginning. Don't get me wrong. If we don't have a designated snow shoveler, I'll shovel the snow, whenever it builds up. Well, it doesn't have to build up that much, but I'll shovel the snow of the apartment. But I just don't want to be the designated guy because I spent so much time at my parents' place. I don't know if I have enough licorice to last me the end of the video. I might just have to eat it slower or something like that. So I was supposed to go to a Halloween party. Actually, I did go to the Halloween party, but I slept through most of it. I didn't mean to go to sleep. I didn't think I'd fall asleep. I was like just lying in bed and on my phone. And then I fell asleep and I woke up and it was already like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, I forget. And I went to the party and it was already winding down. So I kind of felt silly about that because I was invited to a party and I should have been there earlier. And so I get to enjoy the party more than that. But I did play some beer pong. If you don't know what that is, like, let's say you have a long table and you line up a bunch of cups on the table in like a pyramid shape, and you fill the cups up with, actually, you don't even need to fill the cups up, but you can. Because there's a couple ways to do it. I mean, okay, so you get a ping pong ball for like table tennis, and then you have one team that stands on one end, one team on the other, and you try to throw the ping pong ball into the other team's cup, and if you get it in their cup, then they have to drink. And once you get ping pong balls and you like in every one of their cups, then I mean you take turns, of course, but once you've removed all the cups from the table, then you win. Yeah, so that's we played that, and I was on a team with a guy who I work with, and we won. It was awesome. I felt I did another silly thing. My mom made some chicken, and she said you can drive here and get the chicken, and you can eat it at your apartment. And their house is only about a 5-minute drive from my place, and I just said no because of the gas money and because of the environmental impact of driving. But I should have just said yes. I mean, it's not that far. And a short car ride is not too bad for the environment, I guess. Now I'm using my second bedroom as storage, which is pretty cool. I can't believe I didn't do that before. Before I had a bunch of boxes, because I still haven't fully moved into this place. I had a bunch of boxes in the living room that had like just cutlery and rice cooker and different household supplies and stuff like that. And it was in my living room, and it was a stressful situation because it would look so messy. And now I basically have almost nothing. I have like a broom, a vacuum, maybe a laundry basket in my living room. And I like the minimalism, like not having a lot of crap around. I don't need a lot of statues or ornaments and stuff like that. I think the open space gives me peace of mind. And I still don't even have a living room table in my apartment. But I do have an island, and I can eat on the island. Well, I do eat on the island and stuff like that in my kitchen. But let me just see. So I'm still thinking about moving to a different city. Or should I say, from my small town that I'm living in to a bigger city in Canada, there would be more girls there. And don't worry, I'm not saying I'm like a player or anything. It would be easier for me to get a girlfriend, which is something that I'm interested in. There's not a lot of girls here in this small town. And what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I would be living. My two friends, one of them and his wife live in that city I was thinking about moving to. Another one lives in a nearby town that's near that city, so I'd be able to see them. And yeah, but I'm just not sure, because then I wouldn't be able to see my parents as much, because right now I'm living very close to my parents. And also I'm getting paid not a huge amount of money, but it's like $17 an hour right now. And I don't know, if I move to a different city, I'd probably have to get a minimum wage job, which would be about $14 per hour. days, it's just like I get overwhelmed with how much emails and phone calls and text messages and people coming to the front desk and wanting things, and it's can be overwhelming at times. But I like the sales aspect of the job. I like selling stuff. Selling rooms is what I do. Of course, not just stuff, but I like that aspect of the job. Yeah. And one benefit to living here is that I get to use my parents' vehicle. If I move to a different city, I have to buy my own vehicle. My parents I do have their own vehicle too. They have two vehicles altogether, so it's not like I'm using the vehicle and then they can't use it. So yeah, don't worry about that. But my parents are offering me to move back in with them because my lease is almost over in my apartment. Did I already say that I'm going month to month now instead of signing a new lease? So before, when I first moved in here, I had to sign a year-long lease in my apartment. Now I'm doing month to month. My landlord's letting me do that since my contract's just about ending. Sorry about jumping all over the place, but if I moved to the other city, I would have enough saved to buy a car, actually, and I'd have enough saved up to do the move, pay for the first month's rent, pay for a big load of groceries, maybe get insurance. Insurance reminds me of something. I went to the doctor's office a couple of days ago, and they said, hey, your health card is like expired or something like that. And so they didn't get payment for my one or two of my past visits to the doctor's office. And I think they said, don't worry about the $40 fee. Just get your health card renewed. And I kind of felt bad about that. I mean, I think it might have something to do with me moving from place to place and not updating my credit card, or it might be that I moved to a different province a couple of years ago, got a new health card in that province, and stuff like that. This is good licorice. But if I did move back in with my parents, it would be very easy for me to save money. But I don't know if I want to. I mean, the thing is, I'm 34 years old, so it's a bit old to be living with your parents. In Canada, it's hard on your reputation too, doing that, moving in with your parents when you're 34. People kind of judge, and it can be hard to get it makes it harder to get a girlfriend and stuff. So, about my car, about 2 years ago, I took my vehicle in to get safetied, and the mechanic said it failed the safety, and the mechanic said it was too dangerous to be driving, so I just sold it to a yard where people go into cars and they remove some of the parts, and then they take them home, I guess, and use them on their own vehicles and stuff like that. So I sold it for like $300, which was not a lot of money, but let me just think of what I'm gonna say next. Let me just see. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just read through this real quickly. Okay. I was really worried about actually my stove, because the landlord of mine said to me that the previous previous tenants who were in here didn't do a good job of cleaning up the stove, and the landlord said that I should buy this $40 cleaner to be used on the stove and on the stovetop in my apartment, and that could really clean it well. And I didn't want to buy that for $40. I thought that was overpriced, and I was worried about not cleaning up my stove very well, so I didn't cook on it as much, or at least that was my excuse. But part of it is probably just laziness. But now I realize if I move out, I can just pay. I know 2 cleaners, and I can just pay them $50 for both of them to clean my apartment for an hour. I talked to them recently. They clean chalets, cabins at the resort that I work at, but they do freelance cleaning too, as long as you provide the cleaning supplies. I'm thinking about writing an ebook, an electronic book. It'll be like titled something like How to Gain 3,000 Subscribers on YouTube and Make $200 a Month. I can't tell people how to make millions of subscribers or how to gain them, because I haven't done that. And I'm not sure how to do it. But I can tell them, some people would like to make, I'm not trying to brag, I'm just saying, like, I would like to start off a YouTube channel and have it grow and make, be able to pay their internet bill from YouTube and gain 3,000 subscribers and be off to a good start. And I think I can tell them how to do that. I can tell them different things like, basically, you might not want to start a Patreon. Don't get me wrong, because I am thankful for the Patreon that I have. Thank you very much. It's nice of her to be subscribed to me on Patreon, be donating to me, but I don't know if I would recommend a person, an individual, to go ahead and do that, because I only have one Patreon, and it's crazy, and so it doesn't really work when you have a small channel. You aren't going to gain a lot of patrons or YouTube members. Let me just see. But let me just see. I could tell people about how what to do if someone says to you, you should take out the advertisements from the middle of the videos. I say you should probably not do that, because you're gonna make no money if you take away the mid-roll advertisements. That's the thing, and the thing is, if people really don't like those mid-roll advertisements, they can get YouTube Premium. That's another option for them. Yeah, or they can, yeah. But I don't know how much to sell the e-bike. Sorry, not the e-bike. The e-book for. I don't know where to sell it. I don't know for sure if I'm gonna make it, but it's just kind of an idea I'm entertaining right now. So, let me just think. But yeah, I can talk also about what if you should face the camp, right? Just write a script for your videos and read off the script or not. In which I wouldn't recommend that. I used to do that, but the videos were coming across as too forced. People are making kind of, it's complaints, saying that your videos are so forced to just you're just reading off the script and stuff like that, and it's just it's better. People like the freestyle kind and what you can do is just write a script that's just point form, and just look off onto the script, just get a point, talk about it while facing the camera. People like the eye contact, I think, of if you face the camera and stuff like that. So let me just think here. So yeah, there was a kind of a houseman war at work. The houseman, apparently they got into a disagreement. The houseman, if you don't know, it's like, I should say house person, not houseman, because sometimes you do have people of different genders that are houseman person. It's like when you have conferences at work, they set up the tables and chairs in the conference rooms and set it up nice, and if people are requesting towels or fresh towels and stuff like that, they'll run the fresh towels to their room at the resort. And apparently a couple of the house persons were getting along. And one of the house persons was just like, he said to me, he's just like, I'm supposed to pick up this other house person and drive him to work, but I'm not going to do that. And because we would just get into another fight. And so I was just like, okay. And then he told me, he's like, don't tell that house person what I told you. And I was like, okay. But the guy asked me, the house person, he's like, why didn't I get picked up by the house person? And I was just like, oh, it's because you guys got into a fight. So I told him. I wasn't supposed to tell him that, but I told him that. So I kind of felt bad about that. And then something happened. It was like, I asked the maintenance department to send a guy from maintenance to go pick up that house person. And I didn't give him the specific address. I gave him the address, but not specific enough. And he went there, and he's like, he gave me a call, and he's like, hey, where is this guy? Like, why hasn't he jumped in my vehicle so we can go back to the resort? I'm supposed to pick him up, and he's like, he's telling me on the phone, he's like, you should call the house person and tell him to get there. And I panicked, and I was just like, I texted his girlfriend, and because I have her on Facebook, and I told her to tell your boyfriend to go and catch a ride from the maintenance guy. But I forgot that I actually had the house person on my Facebook too, and I should have just texted him. But I texted the girl. The girl didn't respond. It's not her fault, but I don't know. I just panicked and I wasn't thinking, and I kind of felt bad. Let me just think. I was at this party not long ago, and it was like this. My friend and coworker wanted me to talk about this in a video, and she said she would listen. So I don't know if I want to say her name on this video, but I think if she's hearing this right now, she will know what I'm talking about. I was at this party, and this birthday party, and this coworker, I was with a bunch of coworkers, and this coworker of mine got drunk and just started saying like, he started yelling, this is my house. And he was talking to this guy that I work with, and he's like, you can't talk to me like that in my house. And he was yelling. And this other guy that I work with was like, if you don't stop this, I'm gonna lose my shit. And And the guy he was yelling at was the guy who the original guy who was causing a disturbance was just like yelling at him. The guy who was yelling at him was like, hey, like, you know, fuck you, bitch, and stuff like that, and just kind of like instigating to and stuff instead of just trying to like calm him down. And it's pretty nuts. I just sat there. I was kind of like worried. I was like, because I was worried if I was gonna say anything, I would get yelled at and stuff like that. So I didn't really do much, but luckily the guy calmed down afterwards. So that's good. Yeah, that night at that party, I said to myself, I'm just gonna have one drink and then go home. And I ended up drinking much more than that. And I didn't drive home, I stayed the night, but I was like, I've been just lacking willpower, you know? And it's like, I need to get better at just like saying, no, I don't want any drinks, or just drinking 0 drinks, or drinking 1 drink and then going home. I can't, because I had to work at 6 o'clock in the morning the next day, and I just totally, and I got like 2 hours of sleep. It kind of sucked. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing a ramble video like a week ago, but I decided to wait till my spending update video and do that instead. So what I realized is, one thing I realized is that I used to be kind of hard on guys who would make like a lot of money by having personal brands online and stuff like that. And I used to like these, I used to kind of think of these pickup artist guys who were talking about advice with women and stuff like that, were like scamming people and stuff like that. And they were charging way too much for their courses and programs. And I was like, I think I was envious because they were rich and I wasn't. And I thought what they were doing was extremely easy. But now what I found, I was like, I uploaded a video of a coffee maker review that I spent like hours and hours putting together, and it gets like 40 views. And like, I'm like, whoa, this is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. So now I realize like it's just like building a personal brand and becoming famous on the internet. And like, I don't necessarily need to be famous on the internet, but it's just like making money on the internet is not the most easy thing in the world, like some people think it is. And I have a newfound respect for people who, like, as long as they aren't legitimately scamming people who are making money on the internet, because don't get me wrong, like, you could make a video on the internet, it could get millions of views, you could get thousands of subscribers very quickly. It's possible, but like the chances that, like, the odds are it's going to be a slow start, and it takes a while to build up a good base of subscribers and stuff like that. So so I realized now, like, before I was just like watching this guy do live streams, this travel vlogger that I follow, and I was like, this guy basically just goes to coffee shops and he gets, thousands of dollars in donations, that he doesn't do much, and that's for not doing much. But now I realize, like, I did a live stream and I got like 12 viewers in my live stream, so, and I have gotten donations in live stream before, but I haven't received too many. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, because on one hand I wanna go out drinking and socialize and climb up and make friends, but on one hand I don't really wanna have hangovers at work anymore. But sometimes on YouTube I make like, look at my earnings and I see I've made like $2.75, and I'm like, whoa, I can't believe I'm making money by doing this. It's like, it just crazy. It's just like making money from doing what I want to do instead of doing a job that I don't want to do, you know. And it's like I can't believe I'm making money on the internet. I thought it was like impossible at one point, maybe, but I know that probably just contradicts what I just said, because I just said it was so easy to make money on the internet, or at least that's what I thought. But I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say what the dealio is, but anyways, but yeah, thank you for watching. Okay, bye.